Hey, mamas, and welcome back for another episode of Moms with Moms. Moms offering mom support with moms on microphones. As always, grab something to drink. If you're new here, this channel talks about taboo things in pregnancy, postpartum, and parenthood. And if you're not new here, Amanda's back again. So tonight, originally, I was going to share one of my stories, and I really didn't feel like talking about myself by myself because that's boring. So Amanda was like, I'll come. And of course, I said yes because Amanda's great. So tonight's episode is just kind of going to be about us talking about random shit as parents. So, Amanda, before we get started, what are 3 things moms should know about you? Not mom related.
Oh man, not mom related. New things too. New things. Mm, I always have a good time no matter what, drinking or not. Two, I've really come into finding my Scorpio self and my attributes with my zodiac sign. So I've really leaned towards realizing it takes me a long time to get rid of grudges, which is a trait of that. And three, breakfast is good for any time. It's my favorite meal.
Girl, I knew why we were going to be best friends because I freaking love breakfast. We're having
Love
buttermilk pancakes this week for dinner one night because I have buttermilk and I'm like, we can make
Let's do
buttermilk
it.
pancakes.
Yep.
We have turkey bacon.
Yep.
That's what we're having.
Yep. Has this weekend been a weekend
Uh,
or what?
like, I don't even know where to begin. Like, where do you begin with the week that we've had? Because I've had a shit week, which sounds like you've had a shit week.
I was like, is it a full moon? Because I just the I didn't even wear my shit kickers and it's just like it piled on this week. I'm like, oh okay. It got to Friday and I said, "Oh." I did absolutely nothing on Saturday. Nothing.
Yep. Yep.
It was
Our
great.
day was spent at the doctor's, and then we thought we were going to have to go to the hospital. Thank God we didn't, because I'm a crazy mom. But yeah, no, I didn't do anything this weekend that I wanted to do. And here we are. Clearly, I didn't do
Going on
anything I
with
wanted to do.
what was going on with little man?
He started a cough, like a mild cough Thursday, and I just like, you know what? Oh, it's nothing. Just seasonal changes. It's upstate New York, cold
Yeah.
as crap one day, beautiful, warm, and gorgeous the next.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Friday, it got worse, but not concerning. Just he was coughing a little bit extra. So I'm like, okay, whatever. And then Saturday was the kicker. It was just now it was getting to a point where it was like, literally just like that. And then we went to a party, came back home, and he slept. And then last night was hell. Like the kid would not sleep. And when I went to go pick him up, he was wheezing and had
Mm,
the whispering. So I was like, okay, that's it. Like you're sleeping on the couch with me. We have a pull-out couch. So I pulled out the couch. We slept, which was up every hour, either hacking up a lung
right.
or ready to go. Like this kid was ready to play,
Yep.
but struggling to breathe.
Hmm.
So Jimmy and I this morning were like, we're gonna call the doctor. Let's get him into the doctor. And of course, he's fine at the doctor. They're like, nope, it's just a common cold. Like there's no issue. It'll pass. He's fine. Don't we get home at like 2 o'clock and this kid has a freaking fever? I'm like, what the? We were at the doctor. Why couldn't you have a
Of
fever
course.
at the doctor?
I wouldn't be. Yep.
Of course. And he's never had a fever. So, like, obviously, this means, like, okay, he's really sick. So the doctor was like, I'm not concerned. Give him Tylenol. If he still has a fever tomorrow, he's like, definitely, I want to see you back in tomorrow. He's like, if it gets any higher, please just take him to the emergency room. So we're sitting here. I'm like, okay, let's give it an hour. Give him the Tylenol. It doesn't break. It was a low grade fever, 100.4. But all of the other symptoms to me are alarming because it's like,
Right.
okay, like,
Well, it's just when you stack them, it's like, okay, all right,
yeah,
that's a full house. Okay,
it's
definitely.
all the things.
Hmm.
And the it doesn't break. So then he's rubbing his eyes to sleep. Mind you, this kid has slept all day, which is good. He's sick. That's a good sign. So yes, please sleep all day. So Jimmy's like, I'm gonna go nap with him. So he naps for 2 hours, wakes up, 100.3 fever. I'm like, okay, it's going down, not a lot. So we gave him a bath and it dropped, and he's fine. He's still hacking up a lung, but zonked out. But it was just, I had a whole list of shit I was supposed to do today that I
There's-
didn't freaking do.
I'm just doing laundry right now. It's what, almost 9. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, it's fine. We'll get there.
I it's actually funny because this is my dinner that I haven't eaten yet that has been sitting out because that's why I brought it to eat because I need to
It
eat.
looks like plate food.
So it's the biggest thing ever of homemade uh
Oh,
Irish soda bread. So
yeah,
my
it
dad
looks.
told me that I had to make it and it actually turned out really great. And then just little bites of random corned beef, cabbage, potatoes, and I have 3 little carrots. I have apple pie and ice cream for dessert though, so I have to save
Mm,
room for dessert.
mm. I love that. I
What'd you
love.
do for your St. Patty's Day? Anything fun?
We had a birthday party at good old Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh Lord have mercy. God bless your soul.
So we were there for 2 hours. It as he's because he's older now, it's not that bad. I really enjoy, as stupid as it is, that he can't go out of the store because you have the stamp and it really works and they check it and there's somebody there. So I'm like, okay, I don't have to be super helicopter mom. I can
Yeah.
just like kind of like visually see him running around. Um, but last night, um, what was I doing? I ran some. I did nothing Saturday morning. Absolutely nothing. To the point, like my dad is up from North Carolina. He was with my dad all morning, and I just sat there and I drank a cup of coffee and watched TV in my
Oh,
jammies.
by
It
yourself.
was like heaven, and the house was picked up, and I was just like, "Is this what I'd be doing if I didn't have a kid?" Oh, this is great. This is like fun. This is back to where,
Pre
4 years.
baby life.
And so I did some running around. I came home not pretty late, like 7:30. Kid's like, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm like, okay. He goes. All of a sudden, I hear, "Mommy," and like the scared mommy,
Yeah.
and he shit everywhere.
Shut up. You're like, come on, you just ruined my day.
Everywhere. I had to throw out my rug. I had to clean. I had to throw out the mop. Like the poor kid, he's just sitting there like shocked. It's all down his leg and his pants and his underwear. And he's just like, my belly really hurts. And I'm like, the smell.
You're probably like,
I,
ugh,
I
ugh.
was like, a barnyard probably smelled better than what I was dealing with. And I'm just like trying to stay cool, calm, and collected. Like, it's okay. It's all right. Just get on the potty. We'll take a tub. We'll take a tub. We'll be fine. And he's like, I think my belly hurts. And in my head, I'm like, yeah. Like,
Like,
what did your grandfather feed you? So yeah, we did that, and then he had a fever all night. And then this morning he woke up
fine.
ready to rock star and ready to party, and he's been fine ever since. So yeah,
Great.
yeah, it
So
was fun.
basically, it was like a shiticane. Instead of a hurricane, it was a
Yeah, it
shiticane.
was just like there was I was like and then my mom's on the phone and she's like, what is it? What is it? Is it green? And I'm like, no, it kind of looks like dog food. You know what I mean? Like
like,
it's
like turds.
like it was like, oh, it's gross. I'm like, oh my God. Because I was like I hate having to think like to go to the ER with him. Like that's just in my mind. I know you have a baby, he's was he 9 months? And I'm just like, but yeah, like right, mine's 4, and I'm like, but I'm still nervous like to bring him into that sick environment. And I'm like, oh my God, please just be better. Yeah. So having a
We're
sick kid is never great.
No, and we're really lucky. Our doctor's office they take appointments. You have to call in the morning. So you call in the morning, you explain what's going on. And typically they have appointments. So it's Saturdays and Sundays, I think from like 8:30 until like 2 o'clock. So
Oh,
it's
that's good.
really nice. Yeah. So like I called at 7:30 and they called me back at by 8 and they're like, come in at 9:15. I'm like, okay, awesome. I will say one time when we did go to the hospital because he was having retractions when he was
Oh,
breathing
poor babe.
and he was wheezing really bad and had the whispering. And I called my friend Jordan, and her son has asthma and has had all these issues. And I sent her a video, and she goes, "Those are retractions. Call your doctor." I called the doctor. They called me back, and the nurse was for one.
I love that.
I was pissed, and she was the worst one. Usually they're really good. I'm a first time mom. I am crazy. I
Yeah.
know I'm crazy and I overreact. And that's
Yeah.
literally what it did to her. I was like, I could be overreacting. I'd rather go to the doctor than go to the hospital because the hospital, he's going to catch more crap. We're going to be there for hours. I'd rather have a doctor look at him and say, he's okay. This is what it is. This lady goes, well, we're not taking appointments. And if you're that concerned about his breathing, you should be going to the hospital, not calling us.
I love that.
Yeah. So I said to her, I was like, okay, well, it looks like we're going to the hospital. She's like, or you can wait till tomorrow. But again, if you're that concerned, you need to go like now. All right. Well, thank you for making me feel a lot better about the situation. So we went. He was, in fact, he did have retractions and he was wheezing. It was just, he had so much mucus built up. They had to do the saline solution removal, which was hell. That was absolutely terrible. Watching him have to do that and then the blood that comes out. Oh, and they warned me. They were really nice. The lady said to me, she's like, are you a sensitive mom? And I'm like, well, yeah, obviously. And
Here
she's
we
like,
are.
okay, you
Should
can
I wear
step
my
out if you
shirt
want.
or my phone?
Like, I should have it written over my head so you just can know. So she's like, you can leave if you want. So I went to go leave, and they're like, it was like an insane asylum. Like, they're like spinning him down. And I'm like, no, you're not going to do that to my kid with me and not in the room. So, like, they pin him down, which I know they have to do. I know that. So they pin him down, and I'm sitting there talking to him, and they shove this thing up his nose, and he's screaming. I'm gonna start crying. This is pathetic. He's screaming, and like the tears are pouring, and he's just looking at me like, "Mom, save me!" And then she says, "She's like, I'm gonna warn you. Sometimes blood comes out." Ugh, why am I crying? This is so
My
stupid,
eyes
Amanda.
are
She's like, I just want to warn you, blood is gonna come out. And then the blood started coming out, and I'm like bawling my eyes out at this point. And from that day, I was like, okay, if I can go to the doctors first, we're going to the doctors because that was hell. Absolutely not okay. And it wasn't that big of a deal. It really wasn't. It was just saline, but it was freaking horrible. I'm like, nope. I am the mom who cries after every shot he gets. Like, I literally cry because my son is crying. It is
oh.
terrible and pathetic.
Well, we had to do his 4 month, every year he gets shots. He'll get
Yeah.
shots every year. And we had to do his checkup. And I thought he was done until he was like 5 or 6.
Joke's on you.
Yeah, they were like, okay, well, the doctor doesn't give it to him. The nurse does, so that he
Yeah.
doesn't get scared about going to the doctors. Haha, joke's on you. He's 4. He knows when you leave and the other two come in. He knows what is going down.
It's like,
So
you can't fool me.
they're like, where do you want it? And I'm like, just do it in his legs because it's easier like that.
Mm-hmm.
They shoot him in his legs, and he looks at me and he goes, why did they shoot me? The way he said it to me, I was so devastated. He was like, I was a good boy and they shot me. Right.
You're like, I'm a terrible mom. You don't need any shots. I'm a terrible mom. Gotta love it, right?
So, yeah, I mean, it gets when he has a fever too, Tylenol never works. I have to also give him Motrin, so it's like I have to piggyback off of it
Yeah.
to break the fever because Tylenol like does absolutely nothing for him. And I hate giving him Motrin. So I try Tylenol. That doesn't work. And then now I chase it with Motrin.
How did you figure that out that you had to do the Tylenol and the Motrin? Was it just kind of like experimental?
Yeah, after 24 hours and the fever didn't move, like it just stuck. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna give my kid a whole bunch of Tylenol just
No.
just to figure it out. So when he was sick, trying to think. It had to be a little over a year probably. And called the on call because I was really scared. And she's like, "Is his lips blue?" And I'm like, "No." She's like, "Well, that's when you should worry when his lips are blue." And I'm like, "Huh, okay, all right.
Great
Well, his lips
bedside manner, ma'am.
aren't like, okay, they're not blue. We're fine. We got some time." And she did tell us at that point, like if the Tylenol doesn't work, to chase it with Motrin. And as soon as I give him the Motrin, it's the fever goes right away.
It's crazy how that works.
Yeah, but I
Annoying too.
because it like hurt. It can hurt his like insides and stuff. So I try not to give him the Motrin.
Yeah.
But after I usually try to go half a day, and if the half a day if Tylenol doesn't work, Motrin you are, my friend. Motrin you get.
I
Chewable.
didn't
Now that we're old enough, we can do chewables, Tylenol, but it is Motrin liquid all day. Yeah.
so much as your hero.
Mm.
I didn't realize how hard it was gonna be, like watching your kid be sick. And
Oh, it's the worst because they have no words. Yours doesn't talk. And so it
oh,
just sits there and cries and whines and fusses, and it's just uncomfortable. Ugh. You ask great and put it down. Why, how his stomach feels? And he goes, "It's not great." Your belly's up there? No. Yeah.
here we are. It's
Here we are.
probably in a sense it's a little bit easier because he can at least tell you what hurts.
Now
So you
again,
can kind of figure out like, okay, like your tummy hurts, this is what we'll try to do.
I'm always like, okay, process of elimination. Does your belly hurt? Does your throat hurt? Your ears hurt?
Hmm.
What hurts?
Hmm. Did you poop? Did you pee?
Yeah, like when's the last time you ate?
Hmm.
Because now we don't eat, and then we eat like we're a 16-year-old grown ass man,
Of
and
course
then
their
we
belly's
don't,
gonna hurt.
and then we don't eat. But we always have to have a snack before dinner. I mean, before bed.
Does he have to have the same snack every night?
No, it's usually
No.
apples.
Okay. All right. That's good.
An apple, or he's fruit salad, little grapes and some
You got
oranges,
yourself a bougie little boy.
in a little bowl. Um, since he went to the dentist and the dentist told him that the gummies were changed, like staining his teeth, he really hasn't ate gummies anymore. So now I have this life size box of fruit snacks that
That
nobody
are just
eats.
chilling.
Yeah, because they stain my teeth. They're not great for you, he says.
Well, on a positive, he's listening to the dentist at a young age. This
Yeah,
is very
at
good.
$14, you're gonna eat those gummy snacks, my friend. So we're gonna have to
Yeah.
figure out
Well,
how we're gonna put that in there.
your teeth will be stained until all of these gummies are gone, and then your teeth will no longer be stained. So just accept it.
We haven't told them and we haven't disclosed that they FALLOUT yet.
Very smart. Very smart.
So there's that too. We haven't told them
Those are the many things. And then when they learn how to spell,
that. We were talking about that the other day. When he learns how to spell, how are we gonna talk? And I said we're gonna have to figure
you're not,
out something.
you're going to have
Iske,
to learn a different language.
iske, onge.
Hmm. Hmm. You
Like,
are literally going to have to learn a different language.
like I don't even know.
So Jimmy and I speak very, very broken Spanish. Obviously, he's Puerto Rican. I lived in
Okay.
Mexico for a year. So it was funny because like my mom was like, "Are you guys going to speak Spanish to him?" And in my head, I'm thinking, "What if I don't? This could be like the way that Jimmy and I talk when he gets older, and he'll have no idea what we're saying. This will be perfect." But then I'm also being a bad parent because like if we're speaking Spanish and you're Puerto Rican, my son probably should know a little bit of Spanish.
Un poquito. Yeah, like a little bit.
Just like the basics, you know.
Basic to say,
No swear
hi.
words. Because then when I swear, he won't know what I'm saying.
Oh, he will. Those are the first words he'll learn.
Yep. My kid's first word is going to be dog because he's
Really?
obsessed. Yes, he goes duh every time he sees the dog. So I think his first
Oh,
word is
that's cute.
literally going to be dog. It is cute, but it's also like I'm with you all the time. Why can't I be the one?
Mom's never the word.
Oh no, it's da 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 all of the time.
Yep. Yep. I don't even know when Ray said mom.
No,
I can't even. No, I
I
don't even
do.
remember.
So I was reading something, of course, loads of research because that's all I do is mom.
Yep.
I was reading something that said that they typically don't call you mom and they don't do that because they see you as a part of them. Like you are still who, like they connect with you and you're a piece of them. Their data is separate, which I think is kind of sweet. I mean, that's nice, but
Is it? I was in labor for 36 hours. The least you could do is say
deserve
mom
to be mom.
or you. Hey, you.
Something like acknowledge me, call me something. Or like right now we're at where I say, "Oh, where's Dad now?" Looks right at Dad now. What
Yeah.
about me?
Yeah.
Where's the dog? Looks right at the dog. Okay. And then we have this stupid little toy. It's like a walker toy, and it
Okay.
has this jingle. So if you sing the jingle, he will look into the playroom. So he associates that. You say "Mama," guess what? He looks at you dumbfounded.
I think they're smart enough to know how to pull the strings. Yeah.
Jerks. Little freaking jerks is what they are.
Yeah. I feel like there's times where I'm like, okay, there's other people in the world. Like, go be one with them.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're on a poop phase. Everything is poop. He calls me poop. Hi, poop. Bye, poop. You're a poop head. Clearly, we're pooping on the floor.
He
Like,
really likes poop, Mom.
oh, my Lanta. And then
Is
it's,
this a
ah,
daycare thing? Like, did he learn it from daycare, or like, how did it
oh
happen?
my gosh. So he's in preschool. So he's in the 3-year-old preschool. Everybody. Well, we were at the birthday party. Everybody else was saying poop too. And I'm like, oh, so this is like a group consensus poop.
This is the poop gang.
Yeah, and then we had our second parent teacher conference. They have them,
Yeah.
and we we were like, "What's your teacher gonna say to you, or like about you?"
Yeah.
And he sat there, and I said, she's better say something good. Like,
Mm-hmm.
don't make me go in here and you be a bold boy. No, 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 I'm good. I'm good, poop. I'm good. And I'm like, okay. So we go in there. He's everything that he was developing, he's now mastered. So he's
Yeah.
doing well. So now we are we reinforce good behavior and by objects. And so we have to upgraded his basketball hoop. And so now we're playing basketball, and little things that he's learned in school are now being said, like "Let's go" when he like makes a basket.
Yes.
And I didn't realize I have a foreigner in my household now. Heck yeah, like that. Heck yeah, let's go. And I'm like,
Like, where did that come from?
I'll take mom. Like I take mom any day now. But yeah, it goes by very fast.
I feel like we talked about this last time. You want it to go by fast, but you don't. Like,
Yeah.
there are, like, I can't wait until he's walking and he has a personality, but I can. It's like hard because like I want to reach those milestones, but I don't because I don't want him to grow any bigger. But
Yeah,
I think,
and once he gets to an age, I feel like when my little got to like 1, it just was like, just like
yeah,
super fast. And I know we talked about it last time, but it's like, are you having another one conversation? And it's like,
yeah,
so I'm like trying to relish everything because I don't know if I'll be having another one. And I'm like, you know, he's now playing basketball. He's telling me all about his stuff and his colors, and he's writing his name, and I'm like trying to embed my mind like all these memories because it never might never happen again.
What makes you not want to have another one?
He's very self-sufficient and independent, and I don't know if I could.
Do all that again?
It was great, but not great. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
it was great, but not great.
I
Um,
think it's important to talk about those things because people are like, oh my gosh, like it's fine. Once you get over it, you get over it. But there's the thing that's like, it is so difficult. It really honestly is. It is the hardest thing to be a first time mom. It is so difficult.
I know what I won't do if I have another one.
Yeah.
Like it'd be a walk. This one's gonna be a walk in the park though. Like you know what I mean? Like oh, you see all those commercials like with the second one like hanging off your back. It is gonna be cakewalk for me if I decide to do it again. But it's I'm older and it's like you have all those. I have a healthy baby boy. Well, not a baby, but my foreigner. But it's like I'm older, so now there's more complications and
Yeah.
more things that could go sideways, both for myself and the baby. And I'm like, I don't know, twins. You know what I mean? Like now that you're older, you can get twins, and I'm like, oh, my luck. It's
You
not the
will.
best. God would be like, the old man upstairs would be like, oh, she decided to do it. She'll never do it again. Let me brace them with two. And I'd be like, no, keep the ugly one. You know what I mean?
Keep the one that's going to be an asshole.
Like, I don't want that one. But no, and now it's not fun trying to get pregnant.
No.
No, it's really not. Trying when I had trying to have my son, it was easy because it was fun. If it happens, it happens. Whatever. And now it's
But
like if you want a second one, it's like now you have to try and you're planning and it's like not fun. And I don't know. And I'm on the verge, like, okay, well, I got to figure out my life because I really want my second bedroom back. If we're not doing that, like, I want to get everything out and get rid of it. I have totes and crib and all this baby stuff that I don't need if we're not doing that. So,
well, and you're right because I feel like I know I definitely don't want one right now. 100%. Still in school. I do not want
yep,
one. I also don't want another one until he's in preschool. I don't. I don't. I feel like obviously you're in this predicament, not predicament,
yep,
but like you're in the
yep,
lifestyle where
yep,
I don't want to have a kid that's not self sufficient and a
yep.
baby. I don't want to do that. Props to the people who have two under two or
Oh
even
my
like
God, y'all
three
are
under two.
saints,
Yes.
saints.
My patience would never, could never.
Yeah, if you have 202, that's like hella work, but also it's super expensive. Super,
Mhm.
like super duper expensive. I mean, mine's in preschool, like so he goes to school from 7:45 ish to 2, and then from 2 to 5 is an after school.
Yep.
That's 300 and something dollars a month that I have to pay for him to go to after school.
Okay, 300 a month isn't terrible, but it's still like holy crap. That's an extra expense. That's it's almost like
But
daycare.
going to take like if I decided to have another kid and have that would be after school and daycare, which is $300 a week.
I was about to say there'd be no point in you working.
None, none,
There
nope.
literally would be no point in you working. The average daycare is right now in upstate New York is $1,800 a month.
Just wrong.
And I'm not saying that daycare workers don't deserve that because they
Oh
100%
my
do.
God, they do. Yeah, for sure, for sure.
But we're not making millions over here, people.
No. And it's when they're younger, you bring everything. So diapers, bottles. Like I'm
Mhm.
literally, like I said last time, we're paying for your eyeballs and for you to change a diaper. I also, we've talked about it. Like if that happened, like we might venture into a nanny. Like
It probably would be worth it.
that might be a nanny time at that point. It would suck because that like the daycare was really great for socialization. So that would really suck. Maybe we would do it like a day or two in daycare just so that it could interact, but definitely we were thinking about that.
Well, I think I think it would be easier too. I mean, granted they're a little bit more apart in age, but with your son, I think he would have a piece of socialization. Not
Yeah,
exactly the same, but he would be getting that. Or she. I probably shouldn't say he or she because there you don't know what
yeah.
the sex is the baby's born. So. But no, I think it's hard because you already been through it, so you already know what it's like. Yes, there are things you're gonna do different, but what if there's also something else that comes out and you're like, I don't know how to do this.
Yeah.
And then how do you give your other one the same amount of attention, the same love, and the same affection that they've been giving when you have another? You don't. You literally don't, and you literally can't.
I don't know. I feel like you're hard. You just do it. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like you just do it.
Change though, like the dynamic is going to change, and they're going to have to learn to
I know
appreciate that dynamic, right?
my son, but my son is like, he made me a mom. Okay.
Yeah.
Moms aren't supposed to have favorites, but he made me a mom. Like,
Yes.
like, man, he is
He's your
everything. Yeah, he is. Like, I saw something on TikTok the other day, like a mom. Yeah, they don't prepare you for like when your son becomes a man and starts being independent. And I'm like, I quickly swiped that because I was like, I'm not thinking of that right now. Swipe,
I'm
swipe.
not ready to cry today.
I'm like, I don't even want to talk about that. I'm like, that's a no. And we're swiping. It, but like, just, I mean, he's just everything. So me and my husband talk about it. Like, so you're telling me that love we have for others, that's crazy. That's just crazy to know that you have that much love to give somebody.
Not only that, like, can we talk about that though? Because I knew I was going to love my child.
Yeah,
I knew that. That was not a shadow of a doubt. I didn't know how much it was going to be,
yeah,
and like the way it feels and all of the stuff that comes with it. Like, holy crap, I love that thing.
yeah.
I loved the thing before it was even out, but then when it came out, it's like, whoa.
He, like, oh God, I'll never forget. I mean, there's moments that are special to me and him. And like when he came out, he didn't cry. And like he just sat there and like looked at me with his big old brown eyes and looked at me. And I just was like, we're gonna do this. Like it's me and you, kid. Like we got this. It's me and you against the world. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You got your dad. That's fine. Whatever. But it's like me and you. Me and you. We're the two amigos through the world. Besties
It's really like
forever.
your mini best friend.
Yes. And he's broke, but he's okay. I can handle that.
And he can't wipe his own ass sometimes and clean up after when he shits. No big deal.
My God, poor baby. He just pick up after himself, but just not in that. Oh my God. I was at Starbucks. I don't know. Where are you? Where are you? Are you close to me? You are close to
Yeah.
me, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I was on the phone with one of my girlfriends. She's in the same field as me. We bounce things off of one another. And I'm in Starbucks parking lot over at the new one over here. And a car pulls up next to me. And I think it's like a like a dash, door dasher or whatever. I tell you this because it's hilarious. Pulls in, it's a guy. And I'm like looking at him like, why are you taking up two spots? Because me, I'm a bitch. And I'm like
Yep.
looking at him like this. tells me to roll down the window.
I
And
know.
I'm like, hold on a second to my friend on the phone. And I rolled down the window and I was like, good morning. Like, it's not like just being a bitch.
Yeah.
He's like, I just had to tell you, you're sex.
You're like, yes.
I looked at, I started crying hysterically, tears pouring down my face, laughing so hard. I said, oh, okay. What? Dying laughing. And he's like, have a great day. And I said, and you too. My girlfriend's on the phone going, that always happens to you. And I'm like, I'm laughing hysterically because I'm like, I didn't even put effort into me today. That's what I need every day. Us moms need that every freaking day.
Well,
You
you
look
are
great.
somebody, you have, you radiate confidence. Like
Thank
you
you.
really do. You radiate so much confidence and your energy is so beautiful and amazing. So I think that is, I mean, obviously you're beautiful regardless, but I
I
think
appreciate
that
that.
right there makes you glow.
Yeah, it was just, it's just like, that's what I want for for
All the
me all the time. Not that everybody has to pull up and be like, yo, Shody, what's up? You look great. But it's just like, I want to feel that confident. Like, people say that, like, oh, thank you for saying that. But it's like, I want to feel that confidence all the time.
yeah.
Me. Like, I inside want to do that. You know,
Well, when you find that, let me know what the secret is because I'm still looking forward to.
girl, we gonna find it. We're gonna find it. We are going to be hot moms this summer. That's what it is. I will have the blow up. You bring your baby. I'll have the little pool. He'll be fine. Put some swimmies on him. I have a sandbox, margaritas, and we'll be fine.
Girl, he's in swim lessons right now. Loves the water. He's gonna be fine.
Oh my god, I gotta get reading into swim lessons. I haven't done it. It's too much sometimes.
They are.
Oh, you're just starting out, sister.
I know. We are in the phase of screaming.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I have a dinosaur pterodactyl kid now. Like it is just I do have a
Yeah.
yes.
Mhm.
Some days it's great because I scream back, and then other days it's just like, will you stop for 5 minutes?
But you scream back.
Yeah, my boyfriend yelled at me the other night because I was screaming back to him. So he was screaming. We were at the dinner table and we were done, and he was screaming. So I was screaming back, and then he would scream, and then I'd scream back, and he had this big glorious smile on his face, and he goes, and you wonder why he screams because you scream back to him. And I'm like, it's fun. He's finding his voice.
My biggest line. He knows when I'm playing and when I'm not playing.
He knows I'm not serious. He knows when to stop. All right, I'm not gonna keep you any longer.
Okay.
Peace, baby girl. Have a good night.
You too.
Blessings.
Bye.
Thanks, mamas, for joining for another episode of Moms with Moms. If you like this episode, make sure to hit the like button. And if you are listening on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button right now. If you don't hit the subscribe button, you won't get notifications when I drop a new episode or when I drop some little shorts. And if you're listening on Spotify, make sure you hit the follow button because same with YouTube. This will actually pop up in your recently listened and you'll know a new episode dropped. And if you haven't, please go follow my Instagram and my Facebook. The link's right here. And this is just daily life, little tools, little tricks. And sometimes we throw a little bit of fun stuff and a little bit of spice in there. So please, Instagram and Facebook. And if you are on TikTok and you want the unfiltered, uncensored, letting it all out, please go follow my TikTok right now. And if you want to be on the channel, I am always open to having any mom who wants to share their story. You can do it anonymously, so you don't even have to be on here and your name doesn't have to be shared. Send it to me via email. You can send it to me in my DMs, whatever way you'd like. But I would love to hear from you, and I'm sure another mom would too. And as always, moms, we're surviving and thriving because as moms, that's what we freaking do. Bye, besties.